Soundings Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Victory for Victoria, written by Betty Neels, read by Maggie Mash. The moral right of the author has been asserted. This performance is owned by Soundings, Whitley Bay, NE26 2JT. Chapter 1. It was going to rain very shortly. The grey, woolly clouds, blown into an untidy heap by the wind, were tearing across the sky, half hiding the distant island of Sark and turning the water to a reflected darkness. Miss Victoria Parsons, making her brisk way along the cliff path from St. Peter Port to Fermain Bay, paused to watch them, sighing with content and pleasure as she did so, for it was the first day of her holiday, and she was free to tramp where she wished, uncaring of wind and rain, uncaring, too, of her appearance, a fact amply demonstrated by her attire, a Guernsey, quite 2 sizes too large for her, which gave her slim curves a deceiving bulkiness, and a pair of slacks, well-fitting but decidedly worn. But after several months of nurse's uniform, they were a delight to wear. Besides, there was no one to see her on this windy March afternoon. She stood, sniffing the air, and calculating how long it would be before the clouds reached Guernsey, and the rain started. 10 minutes, she thought, perhaps a little less, and she was barely halfway. She had passed the new houses built overlooking the sea. There was nothing now until she reached Fermain Bay, only the narrow up-and-down roundabout path between the trees, halfway between the cliff top and the sea below. She went a little nearer the edge of the cliff now, and stared down at the rocks below, and a gust of wind tore at her hair, loosening the pins, so that she took the remainder out and let the coppery mass tangle in the wind. A drop of rain fell onto her face as she turned back onto the path once more, and she remembered just in time the old disused powder magazine cut into the cliff, not so very far away. She could shelter there. The rain was coming down in earnest now. And while her Guernsey kept her dry, her hair was already hanging wetly around her shoulders, and the rain pouring down her face, and by the time she reached the magazine she was drenched, and a little breathless from hurrying. The magazine was built of granite, and had...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?